Hi, I'm Sam from Oakdale, California, and I was wondering about VMware. So their market cap is about $60 billion. Dell owns 81% of the company, which would be about $50 billion in interest. Somehow, Dell's market cap is only about $50 billion. So either VMware is way overvalued or Dell is way undervalued. My dad and I are curious as to what Karen thinks on this matter because she is the smartest investor on the show.
Sam is clearly extremely savvy. And she has identified Karen as the smartest member of the panel. What a question, Karen. It's a very good question.
It is a good question. I take a little issue with the smartest investor on the show. But first of all, I was a 12-year-old girl in California at one time. And I can tell you, even as interested in business as I was, I didn't know what a market cap was. And I wouldn't have asked as sophisticated a question as this. So thanks for the question. You are halfway onto something, but there's another half that might not have been apparent, which is Dell has a lot of debt, too. So when you think of the valuation of Dell, you can't just look at the market cap. You have to look at the market cap plus the debt. And that gets you what we call an enterprise value. So that's actually a much higher number. So when you back out the VMware, there's not the big disconnect that you had identified. So that's one thing. The second thing is they own their stake in VMware in a holding company, and that often, that people don't fully value that. Sometimes there's tax implications. So people don't love that holdco structure. The last thing is Dell has said they're going to spin out their VMware, not sell it. So they're not going to be getting that cash in. They're going to be distributing to shareholders who own Dell. They'll be distributing VMware. So that's some of the reason of why the disconnect valuation seems to be so apparent, but seems to be so big, but it's actually not. And then in terms of would you want to own it, that's a different question. I actually kind of like Dell. I think that they reported sort of conservative earnings and guidance. I like the company long term. Michael Dell is, he's a genius and buying and selling assets just for the long term. I'd want to be betting with Michael Dell. So thank you very much for the question. Good luck. And the compliment, right, Karen? I mean, by the way, we showed a picture of Karen when she was a wee lass, and she looked pretty smart to me. Oh, look how adorable. Oh no, is that the one with the bow in my hair? Yeah, with the bow. You should sport that bow today. Dan Nathan, what do you say about Dell or VMware?
Yeah, great question, and I agree. Karen is by far the smartest on this panel, but I hate to tell you, Karen, that is not saying a whole heck of a lot when you think of these commodities here. But listen. You know, this is a very complicated case, Maude. I mean, the Dell VMware thing goes on for more than 10 years here. I think that you probably want to look at these two companies together and look at their opportunity set. And, that spin will obviously benefit Dell shareholders. So to me, I think Dell has outperformed VMware. If you kind of like virtualization, if that's your thing out there in Cali, then this stock probably looks poised for a rally here, a good valuation, that sort of thing. Hasn't really participated to date, but maybe it's a little bit of a value trap. But to me, I don't think you get hurt in the VMware right here.